Hi, I'm going to talk about my favourite quote, well, one of my favourite quotes, and why it's important for learning a language. So, this quote is from Albert Einstein, the physicist, and the quote is: "Play is the highest form of research." Again, play is the highest form of research. And what that means really is that if we want to try something, if we want to experiment, we need to play. We need to have the freedom to just try stuff out and see what happens. Now, many of my learners are very, very hard-working, dedicated people. And my language learners study grammar rules and they learn phrasal verbs and they read serious articles in The Economist or in The Guardian, and it's all good adult stuff. But sometimes what we need to balance the adult stuff is a sense of play. When students come to my speaking club, that's what they get. They get a safe space to play and try stuff out. Having a safe space means they feel comfortable and free to experiment with their language, and the result of experimenting means they get to see what works and what doesn't work, and that's okay. So I feel that most of us, including me, could bring more play into our lives. This video is a kind of play. It's an experiment. I don't know if you're going to like this video. You might hate this video, but I won't know if I don't make it and see what happens. So if you want to try bringing more playful experimentation to your language learning, you could try speaking in a different way. So, for example, you could try speaking as though you were in love with the thing that you're talking to and you really want to convey this sense of love. You could try talking as though you were some kind of um, very highly paid business person. See how that affects your language. You see how it affected my posture. You could try speaking as though you were an English person, an American person, an old person. So you can create different personalities and speak English in them and see what happens. It's just for fun, it doesn't really matter. Another thing that can be useful is to set little timers. So if you go onto Google, you'll find lots of online stop clocks. Some of them are quite funny, they're for kids. And if you want to sit down and do something fun like, I don't know, learn about phrasal verbs, you can set a timer. Right, I'm going to learn about phrasal verbs for 15 minutes. When that stops, I'm going to go and do something else. So kids love timers. They love having timers going off and making silly noises. You can do that too. And once you're done, you're done. And I would just say to finish, the most important thing and the reason why it's so important is because if you don't experiment with your language, you are not going to know what works and what doesn't. You have to be able to make experiments to see what happens. Okay? So playfulness, feeling able and safe to experiment, feeling able and safe to make mistakes because it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. My name is Sarah. I'm an English teacher and language anxiety coach. I help people overcome the fear of speaking and using English.